practice, people. It's just practice. Jets chaos here. Talk about New York Jets. Talk about OTAs. Talk about everybody going crazy over the things that are happening. Oh my God, they're horrible. This is the end of the world because this is what happened at practice. We'll be back to talk about this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this and a little bit of that right after this. Oh yeah, go. Amazing, that's my boy.
He breaks away from a sack and completes the pass for first down.
Oh, Kittle just may have made the most amazing catch.
He fights for the first down and gets out of bounds too.
It's no good. Overtime. Oh, what a catch. How do you drop that? What are you, Jamal Adams? Touchdown.
This is a touchdown all the way.
He reached over the pylon. San Francisco beat Cincinnati. What up, Dark Soldier? What up, Brian Sill? He's always the first one in. Howdy, Brian Sill. What's going on? Hey, the other day, it wasn't really the other day. It was a few hours ago. Someone was freaking out on Twitter, and it just embraced the practice. That's right, Snowball. Somebody was freaking out because they said they were talking about like an interception that Zach threw. They were like, it was 11 on 11. He threw an interception. People were saying, oh boy, here we go again. It just cracks me up. It kills me. It absolutely kills me when people start freaking out over things like that. It's practice. And let me tell you what that means, because some people are like, well, Jeremy's still throwing the interception. If he's good, why is he doing that? If you've ever played sports on an organized team, practice sometimes is to just practice straight up plays the way you would in real life. But also individually, it's for players to practice things that they may or may not make part of their game. So it's just practice. It's like playing poker or Texas Hold'em when you're having fun with your family with chips and it's not real money. You don't do the same things that you'd normally do. So just because Zach maybe throws a pass and tries to sneak it into the corner and throws it and it's very risky and the guy's not open, it doesn't mean that he would do that in a game. It means he's just firing in there just to test if he can. How do you ever find out what your ability is, what your limitation is, if you don't try? That's what practice is for. This guy's tightly covered. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can and see if I can go right through the defense, right to my guy. Defender steps in front of an interception. I guess I can't do that in a real game. Also, Tom Brady, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Montana, they threw interceptions in practice and they threw interceptions in real games. It's part of football. So if Zach Wilson comes out to practice and he's throwing pass after pass and they're doing 7-on-7s and 11-on-11s, he's going to throw interceptions anyway, just because he's a human being and every quarterback in the world throws interceptions. But also, it's okay if he throws a higher rate of interceptions in practice, because again, you're going to do things that you wouldn't normally do. It's just natural. It's like you can't, in a real game, you change. You protect the football more. In practice, you don't have to protect the football unless that's the drill. The drill is protecting the football. This specific drill is throwing passes and that are low risk and not throwing high risk. And we're going to look at it on tape, right? But sometimes it just might be, we're just practicing and I'm getting to know my receivers and I'm seeing what I could do as a quarterback. I'm running a little bit off balance. I'm going to try to throw it, see what I can do. I'm going to see if I can throw it downfield when he only has a half a step. Will he jump up? All kinds of things. It doesn't matter because it's just practice. There was something went out. A tweet went out that somebody beat Sauce Gardner on a pass. Oh, he beat Sauce Gardner and got the pass. That's it. Sauce Gardner's a bust. That's what people were saying on Twitter. She can't even cover Berrios. It's like, no. It's practice. They're just practicing. The guy, nobody ever claimed that Sauce Gardner never gave up a pass in college. He never gave up a touchdown. No one's saying he didn't give up a pass. He's not Superman. He's not going to redefine the NFL forever and be the first cornerback in history to not give up a pass. I mean, we've got to be like, stop being ridiculous. Like, people panic every time they hear something. And it's like, no matter what, anytime we hear something good from one of our players in camp, it means they had to beat somebody else for it to happen. So if you find out that Breece Hall had an amazing run and broke out for 70 yards, you could be it. You know, this is like Optimus and Pessimist. You could sit there and say, well, the Jets defense just gave up a 70-yard run. Right? There's no way to, it's like they're playing each other. So you want to see good things happening for both the defense and offense and all the players. But know that anytime a good thing happens for a player, you could look at it from the perspective of who's the player that just let that happen? Could somebody have made a play that didn't make a play? So, you know, you want to see, I would want to see Sauce Gardner get an interception during practice or two. A few pickoffs, great play, jump ball, gets up and gets it. But that means that our quarterback, whoever threw the ball in that part of practice, just threw an interception. So there's going to be negative and positive. It's the same thing when Carl Lawson or JJ gets a sack. That means one of the offensive linemen allowed a sack. So everyone's got to stop freaking out. Just if it's, if you're going to do that, just don't even pay attention to what happens at practice. Just hope that nobody gets hurt. So it's just, people just got to calm down. It's common to people, anyone but themselves, to be perfect. Yeah. I mean, it's like they're just human beings. There's going to be plays where the wide receiver beats Sauce Gardner and Reed, and there's going to be plays where Gardner beats the receiver or beats Zach. A safety is going to beat Zach and read him and make an interception. Just be happy for what individual players are doing. We should be happy that Ashton Davis is playing really well in practice. It doesn't mean he's going to be great or win the starting job, but it's a good sign. It's good. He had his first healthy offseason. It's the first time he's coming in without the distraction of injury, and he's doing really well. He got an interception 2 days in a row. They said he looks great. Good. That's good news. Let's be happy about that. Ashton Davis. I hate it when people pick their favorites and not favorites. Ashton Davis. Oh, who cares? It's like, it's crazy. Anybody wearing that Jet uniform, it's good news when they do something well. And you should just be happy. It doesn't matter if you were someone who believed in Ashton Davis or not. If Ashton Davis was to win the starting job and be a really, really good safety or the number 3 guy off the bench and come in and make big plays for us, be happy. It doesn't matter if you were one of the people who believed in him or not. We're Jets fans. You root for whoever wears the uniform. Your personal opinions of who you like and who you don't like when they're competing for spots goes out the window once the season starts. Once the season starts, all 53 we root for them just as hard to be successful. You guys are saying what's up to each other. I caused that. I create the environment for you to say what's up to each other. Just going to pat myself on the back for that. Okay. Zach will play against few pass defenses as stingy as what he practices against this year. I know. I love that, right? Pessimism as well as optimism is a choice. I see there's a real chance to improve against good players. Absolutely. Absolutely. How could it be a bad thing for Zach to go against Sauce Gardner and CJ Reed and Bryce Hall and Eccles and Guidry and Michael Carter II, all competent guys. And to be under pressure, the offensive line has to go up against this young stud JJ, and Carl Lawson is back, and Quinnen Williams, and vice versa, right? We have this great offense now. We have a very strong offensive line, good tight ends, good fast receivers. So our defense in practice is really going to be challenged. This is all really good because when you go into a game, it's not going to be like you don't go against good players in practice, right? And like in the past years when we had no roster, then you go up against the guys in a game for another team, and like you've never seen guys that good, and you totally fall apart, and you can't compete. Well, we're going to go into games, and it's going to be like a relief. The receivers might say, finally, we get to go in a real game and not have to go against Sauce. Finally, a guy I can just beat, swirl around and get open and create some space with. It might feel easier, which is really cool. There might be a lot of teams we play where for JJ, for Lawson, for Quinnen, for Rankins, for JFM, it's actually going to feel easier than what they have to deal with every day in practice. So it's a good problem. Not even a problem. It's just a good situation to be in. Someone's trying to call me. Who is that? No caller ID, no answer phono. This is 2022. Is there anyone left in the world that answers the phone when it's a phone number and not a name? The expert has made more mistakes than the amateur has made attempts. Yeah, that's a really great, smart, deep statement. But it's very, very true. Think of how many shots Michael Jordan had to miss to get as good as he got. Right? I mean, it just makes sense. Think of how many times Aaron Judge had to swing and miss or strike out to get all the success he has now. Alonzo for the Mets, just so I'm keeping it balanced and fair. For every great player, there's multiple failures to become that great player. So what we're hoping is we see minimal mistakes during games. Now, Zach Wilson, nobody's predicting he's going to have 0 interceptions this season, right? I mean, no one's saying 28 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Nobody is saying that, which means if we're predicting, let's say this is a great year. Let's say we all agree if he threw 27 to 30 touchdowns and threw 8 to 9 interceptions, 30 touchdowns or 29 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 3,800 yards or 4,000 yards, whatever it is. We'd all be happy with that. Well, guess what? That means there are going to be 9 plays where he throws an interception. That's what that means. We can't freak out and panic when it happens. It could happen for several reasons. Last year's interceptions happened for several reasons. Sometimes he could just float one. It happens. Tom Brady has floated one. The greatest of all time, Joe Montana, Steve Young, Dan Marino. They've all floated a ball. Okay? Number 2, receiver wasn't where they were supposed to be. We never find out about those. There were so many interceptions that we're mad at the quarterback or disappointed in the quarterback where it's not their fault. They threw the ball exactly where they were supposed to throw it. And the receiver went exactly to the wrong place, and they didn't do the right thing. Number 3, sometimes the quarterback gets fooled. Those are the ones we want to see reduced, obviously. We don't want to see a quarterback getting fooled or tricked by the defense, the linebackers, the safeties, and what they're doing, and the coordinator and the strategy. But at the same time, to get really good at not being fooled, he's going to have to get fooled because that's how you learn. So it's okay. What we don't want to see is 16 interceptions this year, 17, 18. We don't want to see a crazy number. It looked like we were going to get a crazy number. And luckily, when Zach came back from injury, he barely, would he throw 2 the rest of the whole year? So that was exactly what we wanted to see, a guy who learns, right? It's about getting back up again. That's what we want to see from our quarterback. Pete's takes. How you practice is how you play. Jets are flying on low fuel and can't afford fuel at these prices, it seems. It doesn't make sense what you're saying. And I hear what I say when I say it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because everything that happens that's bad means that someone else did something good. So it's impossible to have a practice where people are successful without somebody being unsuccessful. This is every team. So if Zach throws a touchdown pass, that means somebody gave up a touchdown. If there's an interception, that means that one of our quarterbacks, whether it was Zach or White or Flacco, whoever threw it, threw an interception. That's bad. But the guy who got the interception, that's good. So every single play has that. There's some balance. Sometimes it's more of a neutral play. Sometimes it's a great play. But every play is going to have something where you could say someone did something wrong and someone did something right. Probably more than one, right? A bunch of guys did something right and a bunch of guys did something wrong. So if you mean how you practice is how you play, if they're not playing hard, I'm not saying that they shouldn't play hard. We're not talking about that. I'm not saying, oh, it's practice, they shouldn't play hard. I'm saying is we shouldn't freak out and overreact to the results of the practice. Because again, you do things in practice that you would never do in a game. Have you ever played sports? I mean, if I'm practicing basketball, I'm taking shots that I would never take in a game if I was on a team because it would be selfish. I'd be looking to pass the ball, but I'm practicing. I'm practicing a really hard shot. It's not a shot I would actually take in a game unless there was 3 seconds left. There was no time to pass the ball. But that doesn't mean you don't practice because you might be in a situation where there's 3 seconds left on the clock and you have to shoot the ball. By the way, I'm not trying to project myself as any kind of basketball player. I'm just trying to give an example. Sometimes you have to practice things that you wouldn't normally do for those situations where you have to do it. Now, Pete, I don't understand the negativity. I see you saying now offense is in bad shape. I don't know what you're talking about. It always starts advantage to the defense. Every practice for every team in the NFL, advantage defense. Every time. Because the defense has so much less to adjust to when you're first starting, when you come back from an offseason. Quarterbacks got to loosen up. They got to get their timing right with their receivers. The offensive line, you have new guys working together. They have to learn this and that. In our defense, the defensive linemen they have one mission: get to the quarterback. It always starts one way or the other. I remember me and my friend used to play stickball, and we used to go to schoolyard with the big box. It was like automatics. If you hit the ball to the fence, it's a double. If you hit it over the fence, it's a triple. If you hit it across the street, home run, whatever. And in the beginning, when we would go, our arms were like jelly, Pete, like jelly. Because we weren't warmed up yet. Our arms weren't strong yet. And we would just rock each other. I mean, we'd score so many runs. We'd play 2 innings because it took so long to get the other one out. It's me and my friend Sean. And then within a week or two, it started to change because our arm was sore. We couldn't play for a day or two. Then we came back and our arm was a little bit better. And then it was sore, but we can come back the next day and throw a little. And then 2 days later we come, and then we didn't get to play for 3 days because he went away for the weekend. And now we come back and our arm is super strong. And within 2 to 3 weeks, it was back to being normal stickball with the box and everything. Tons of strikeouts, really hard to get a run. Like totally different than when we first started. So I wouldn't panic. I wouldn't panic right now. I also saw some practice today where it didn't look so bad for our offense. I saw a play where Zach threw it about 50 yards in the air to Elijah Moore for a touchdown. So I don't think it's all struggling. I saw some pretty good looking things on offense as well. Also, we don't really see, they're not playing as physical. It's very light, the practice right now. So the running backs, we're not seeing anything. We're not seeing hard contact of what they're going to do. Like, we're not really seeing anything yet. So I don't know what you're judging by. I think we're going to be okay, Pete. I think we are. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But, and like the guy from, Dirty Dancing, if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. But I just don't think we should overreact to anything. I think that we just need to stay calm and stay cool and hope to stay healthy. That's exactly, well, thank you, Slim. I think more than anything in the world right now, from these practices, we want to stay healthy. And you want to hear the right things afterwards. Obviously, you want to hear it. Sometimes, there's reporters in there that there's guys in there that get to watch. They'll say things like, you want to hear things like, Zach is making quick decisions. He's not holding the ball too long. It's not like 4 seconds and then he gets touched for the sack, because that's what it is. I think it's touch and not even tackling him. You want to hear that it's 1, 2, 3 out, 1, 2, 3 out. And then he's snapping the ball and they're saying he's going boom, boom, throw, boom, throw, boom, throw. That's what you want to hear he's doing, because that was his problem as a rookie, right? That's what any rookie's problem is that they need to slow down the game, but speed it up for themselves. Like slowing down the game for them to us it looks faster to us for in their regard. Like that we're watching them snap back, we're watching them take a quick look, and we're watching them make a perfect pass or a great pass to an open receiver. Now so people say, why is that slowing down the game? Well, it's not slowing it down for us. What we mean by slowing down the game is they need to process faster to make that happen. Where we say, oh my God, how did he do that so fast? Because in their mind, they've slowed down the game. He knows exactly the spots to look and make the decision to throw the ball. That's what we're hoping for. So these are the things we want to see. The guys staying healthy, and we want to see guys making good plays. And we need to understand that means that somebody on the other end got beat. It's just no matter who does well, we're going to worry about no matter which side does well, we're going to worry about the other side. That's just the way of it. We're not going to know anything concrete until the end of December at the earliest. Yeah, well, Paul, I mean, it's hard to argue that. It's hard to argue that. We can only get excited about things. To me, staying healthy is the number one thing. Surviving injuries. I heard Garrett Wilson limped off the field yesterday. I was having a freaking heart attack. And then we heard an update that it's nothing. And it was like, whew. So it's true. Until they start playing games, we're not going to know much. I mean, if we come out and beat Baltimore by 21 points, that's going to be a great thing. We're going to be really happy. It doesn't mean that's who we are yet, though, because we don't know enough about Baltimore, and we don't know about the adjustments and how the adjustments that people are going to make to us. It's going to take a long time before we know what kind of team we have. It will. But that's why you just hope to win. Just get the W's, right? So you can, if we are good and we do put it together, we can, be in the hunt for the playoffs later. And look, I'm not even so obsessed with, I would love it if we made the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. But, that's not my thing right now. That I'm not obsessed with playoffs. I just want to see improvement. I want to see Zach take the next step. I want to see us win a respectable amount of games, 8, 9, 10, whatever. And it's not just the number of wins. It's the how. It's the why. You know what I mean? It's like, if you win, if we only, there's a difference in like winning 7 games. If you win 7 games because everybody was playing good, but we just couldn't get over the fact that Zach stinks and can't play any better than a game manager, that's really bad news. If we win 7 games because tons of guys got hurt, but Zach looked amazing, that's a little bit of a better story, in my opinion. So it's not just the number of wins; it's the way it happens. It's how does the season unfold, and what are the important things that we're looking for. But thanks for your comment, man. What's up, Cameron? Good to see you, buddy. I surprised everyone by popping up here, didn't I? Nobody expected me. Pete, it sounds like you're being really negative. I don't even put your post up, man. It's like, cool. I mean, no, I will. I mean, I don't want to deprive people of their opinions. I mean, I assume you're a Jets fan. Even if you weren't, that's okay. I'm not anti-Jets fans like here. Everybody's welcome. No pad shorts. Yeah, I know, man. So that's why you can't judge anyone. Offense can't score when it's easiest. Saleh is not a head coach. I just don't get it. I don't get what makes you say that he's not a head coach. Like he didn't do anything. He made a couple of mistakes last year with game calling, but you have to understand, like, what was your expectation? He took over a 2-14 team that was in shambles. We had 7 rookies out there. What did you think was going to happen? You think we're going to snap our fingers and magically win? We just don't have the talent. We didn't have the talent last year. We had some improved talent from the draft, but we didn't have the depth. We didn't have the roster. How do you win without the roster? Even our guys got hurt. Marcus May was out there. One of the only good defenders we had was hurt. We went in there with no second. I mean, give me a break, man. We didn't have a team. You're judging him as a coach. He did what he needed to do as a coach. He was like getting young guys experience. He was seeing what he had. Give the guy a minute. Give him a minute. You know what Jets fans said when I was younger and Pete Carroll was our coach? Yay, they fired him. He stinks. He stinks. Thank God they fired Pete Carroll. That was us thinking. That was why we've been a loser organization for so long. Because of deciding that a head coach can't coach because of one season. It's ridiculous. What did Pete Carroll end up doing? What, 2 national titles and a Super Bowl and an NFC championship, right? Maybe we shouldn't have fired him after 1 year. Pete, you're already going to decide that Saleh's not a head coach? You might be right. In 2 years from now or a year from now, you might be able to make that statement. But saying that statement now, man, I just don't know where it's coming from. Just don't know where it's coming from, dude. Respectfully, I have to disagree. I saw that Zach still went like 10 for 16. It's just that the negatives are given more attention. Yeah, look. I mean, again, it means nothing. It really doesn't mean anything. I mean, if he was only throwing picks and not throwing any good passes, okay, we would worry. But I mean, we just don't know. We don't know what he's doing. He could be working on something. He might be working. They showed him throw a sidearm pass, and he was wide. He didn't have to. He was in a pocket alone, and he threw a sidearm pass. What was that for? He was working on it for when he has to throw a sidearm pass. If he was ever in that situation, you know what I mean? He's working on stuff. That's why I'm saying people can't freak out. These guys are. It's June. It's June. They're getting back in shape. They're getting back in football mind. Man, it's like crazy. People are worrying for no reason. There's no reason to worry. There really isn't. This is the time. If you can't enjoy this time of being a Jets fan, when are you going to be happy? I mean, and Pat, the last decade, you're certainly not happy once the season starts. When do you get to have hope? When do you get to be excited? When do you get to feel good about your team? And if we are building and we're on the cusp of turning this team around and being a great team, don't you want to enjoy it? You want to wait until you're just wrong? Oh, I thought we still sunk, and now we're winning. And part of you is happy we're winning, and part of you is not happy because you know that you were wrong. I feel like I don't know, it makes no sense. You're a fan of a team. It's like, why not be optimistic? Yeah, because it'll break your heart. You'll get disappointed. What's the point of starting disappointed, though? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I guess the trolls just come out. They're not trolls. I don't know if he's a troll. I understand negative fandom. I used to be a negative fan. I did. And then I realized, what's the point? It's not fun. Like, I'm going to be positive until there's nothing left to be positive about. That's the way because I'm a fan and I want to enjoy being a fan, and I'm sure I feel like you guys are fans. You're just negative because you've been burned so much. So some people are just going to be negative until they actually win, and then they'll be positive again. Jeremy, my call, bro. 106 here tomorrow. Drink water. I'll be in the pool all day. Hey, dude, I am missing this first heat wave because I am in North Carolina, hence the old grandparent curtains. So I am missing the first heat wave of the year. It looks like I'm catching the tail end of it on Saturday, but then Sunday looks like it's going to be a nice day. So getting a little bit lucky, my friend. I don't know how I know. I just know we're going to start 4-1. Oh boy, Paul, man, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Yeah, I would love it. I'd be so happy. I certainly don't think that certainly don't think that these aren't winnable games. I think Cincinnati, obviously, I don't know how people can not respect Cincinnati after what they did last year, but Pittsburgh, new quarterback. Baltimore is a good team, but they're not an elite team. Like, you can't say, right now, where would they rank? Behind the Raiders, the Chargers, behind Denver, right? That behind Indianapolis, behind Tennessee, who was the number 1 seed, behind Buffalo. So I don't know why anybody, behind Cincinnati. So, I mean, it's like we can't sit there and act like these teams are just these unbeatable teams. Pittsburgh lost their quarterback. They're rebuilding a little bit. They'll still be decent because they're a good organization, but I can't sit there and say that we have no chance to beat them. And Cleveland, we don't even know who their quarterback is going to be. So why not? Why can't we win those 3 games? Cincinnati will be really, really hard. Really, really tough. But, man, I'm with you, man. I want to win. And I know everybody, like, I believe that we're not going to get killed. Like, we're not going to be 0 for 6 in our division. And this is the year we're going to finally win some division games. But I'm not disrespecting our division rivals, man. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to disrespect them. Everybody wants to say New England's done. They're going to stink. Let's calm down. All right. When's the last time they stunk? Even when they stunk, they were 7-9 2 years ago, right? I mean, they're a competitive team. They're going to be competitive. Nothing's going to be easy for us. Everybody wants to say Tua stinks. We're going to have no problem with Miami. Give me a break. Miami's got a great roster, guys. Go through their roster. They're going to be tough. There's no give-me's. But can we win those games? Absolutely. We can. But I'm not going to be cocky and confident and guarantee it. I know I'm jumping the gun, but I can imagine the talent after another round of free agency and another draft. Hey, man, that's what I'm excited about. That's why I keep telling people this is really only year 2. I mean, think about it. You know, when you get a new coach, new quarterback, that's rebuild. That's the real year 1. Last year, we stripped the roster to nothing and started rebuilding it. That was year 1. And then this is year 2. So I'm all about it, man. This is just the beginning. That's what people don't realize. This is not the team that we're saying. This doesn't have to be the roster we're saying is going to win the Super Bowl one day. This roster is going to undergo some changes. There's still work to do. It's still work to be done. And the other thing to remember about this roster is that these are young guys that are going to be better in the future. Our rookies will be better when they're second-year, third-year players. Our second-year players will be better as third-year players. At least that's the norm. I know there are exceptions, but it feels like we're just going to get better and better. It's because you're a Dolphins fan. I don't know, but I keep up the Jets. I'm a Dolphins fan. Okay, I got it. So, of course, you're going to be more negative on the Jets. You know, of course, you're going to be negative on them, and that's okay. We're more negative on Tua than you probably are. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just normal. But I hope you don't think we're going to be easy. I hope you don't think we're going to be easy. Why are you wasting your time on this Yahoo? Darce, I'll talk to anybody about football. It's okay if they don't like the same team as us. I'll talk to anybody. I try to make it a conversation because we're football fans. And I don't see the point in fighting. Like, I don't understand the people that go on Twitter in those lounges and fight. I just don't understand it. It's like, I've heard it all. Haven't you? I mean, this is 40 years already of Jets suck. 40 years. My Jets fandom started with Miami kicking our ass. The first year we lost to Buffalo in a wild card game, but the second year was the Mud Bowl. A.J. Dewey. The second year when I was the most passionate, man, 6th grade, passionate. My blood was green. My heart was so into it, and they broke it. Richard Todd, 5 interceptions. So, man, I've heard it for years. It's okay. It's okay. Pete was raised in New York a different way, or his dad was a Jets fan. If things would have been different in our life, I could have been a Miami fan. He could have been a Jets fan. I mean, if you're a football fan, you're a football fan. It could have happened, could have went any way for anyone. So, that's interesting though. now you're catching my interest that nobody wants to play for Salah, because that's like the opposite of the truth. That's like the complete opposite, that nobody wants to play for us. Look, Tyreek Hill went to Miami because he's from Miami. That's like a homecoming for him. So you could thank the Jets for making the cost so high, because that's all we were doing. Joe Douglas was making sure that you had to pay through the roof to get him. But it's just nonsense to say nobody wants to play here. Like, you think Laken Tomlinson is a cast off? Dude, he's a Pro Bowl guard. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, that's not a castaway. Like, I don't understand. Now you're just saying things that aren't true. You got to keep it real, man. You got to keep it real. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to talk to you and have a real conversation. paying Coleman was a bad idea. What are we paying Coleman? $1 million? You mean our veteran running back? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's the win. Yeah, he's got to win some more games. What's up? What's up? Jets mess. How you doing? Pete's Takes. Hey, Pete's Takes. At least, I'm enduring your chat. I'm giving you a voice here. I hope you'll at least sub to my channel and support me that way. I'd appreciate that. Chiefs in the clutch. Here is the fan that can talk trash if he wanted to, because his team has actually won something. Let's remember, the Jets nor the Dolphins have won anything since 1973. It's a little bit more pathetic for the Dolphins because they had the career of Dan Marino and could not convert that into a Super Bowl. Now, it's only been Miami's Super Bowl only came 4 years after ours. So it's been a really long time for Miami as well. So here's a guy who can actually talk and actually sit and be in a position to talk about Super Bowls and what it means to have a great team. And we are all chasing the Chiefs and trying to be as good as they are. You want me to show? I love the way you spelled Bar Mitzvah, man. That is like the funniest spelling of Bar Mitzvah I have ever seen in my life. Let's read it. Bar Mitzvah. I mean, you did it phonetically. It's not wrong, but that is not how you spell Bar Mitzvah. Let me look around. I don't think there's one in this room. I don't think I got let me see if they have any photo albums here. Maybe I'll do that. Before I leave, I will. But I'll find a photo album. But as a matter of fact, I'll do better than that. I think we have... I think it might be on video. I don't think it's on YouTube, but we have it on CD. So I might be able to get it. I might be able to play it. Oh, my God. If I play someone by Bar Mitzvah, dude, I have to advertise that because I think that I'll have 100 people in the stream. If it really gets around that I'm going to play myself as a 12, like turning 13 Bar Mitzvah video. Can you imagine? That's priceless, dude. I might have to charge money for that. That might be like a super chat reward thing. Like if I get $100 in super chats, this is when I'm monetized. I'll play 5 minutes of my Bar Mitzvah tape. That'd be a good way to make some money. Conklin, Uzomah, Whitehead, Reed, not exactly 49er cast-offs. Exactly. And they're good players. But you know what, Dave? No one's going to respect them because they weren't the big, juicy, exciting names. So don't expect anybody to be impressed. We understand what JD is doing. We understand that these are all solid players and that's how you build a team. You're going to draft some guys that hopefully become superstars, but you got to get your core team. And your core team is not just buying some superstars in free agency. It's about putting in core players, decent players, really good players, not superstars. So Conklin, Uzomah, Whitehead, Reed, these are all very strong players, but don't expect Miami Dolphin fans or fans of other teams to respect it unless they're very, very avid football fans and really know a lot about the players. Like Clutch will probably understand it. But if you're just a diehard Miami Dolphin fan and you're not following other players for other teams as much, you don't care about Conklin Uzomah. You're going to look at their statistics and just say, oh, I don't see what's so good about them. But we know. Yeah, the Ravens lost. So that's what I'm talking about. The Ravens are not an elite team. I don't know why everybody is assuming we're going to lose. Like so many people are so afraid. Like, oh, such a hard schedule. I don't understand why people are thinking the Ravens are this untouchable, unbeatable team. It's going to be a tough game, but we're at home. We should expect to win. Jeremy, it's been a minute. Hey, man, Garrett Ham, what's up, my brother? I do see you a lot on Twitter, so there's that. But I'm doing good, man. I'm on vacation. I'm in North Carolina, and I'm enjoying it. Hey, Pete, do me a favor. If you're going to say that, just come back after the season or come back after the Jets win one of the division games and face up to it and be a man and say you were wrong. Okay? And if they're 0-6, I'll be a man and say I'm wrong. But just man up about it. Just man up. If you're going to come in and say stuff like that, if the Jets beat the Dolphins, then be a man and come in here and say, good game, guys. Let's see if you can do that. Jeremy, it's been a minute. So I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good, Garrett. Do see you on Twitter. Enjoy your comments. I think we are usually in agreement about the nonsense that's out there. We usually have a lot of agreement, my friend, and glad you can make it. I just decided to jump in. I'm on the East Coast. I know that Green Bean's got a very big show tonight. Very exciting guest. And unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to help him out. I don't think I'm going to be able to be backstage because I only got a couple of days left here with my family. And there's a restaurant that my brother really wants to go to. And we can only get a late reservation. So it looks like we're going to be going to a restaurant about that time. So 2 is 13. What's negative to make it come off hard? Look, I have nothing that against Tua, but if you think Tua is going to have a better career than Zach Wilson, I'm not even going to argue with you. I'm just going to say let's let their careers decide. Let's talk in a few years. Let's talk in 10 years. Let's look back. If you think that Tua is going to have a better career than Zach Wilson, all the power to you, man. You go ahead and think that. We'll know the truth. The truth will reveal itself. You see, that's the great thing. We get resolution to these things. 2 and 4, you want us to beat the Bills. Well, are you a real fan or not? Because you should be rooting for us to beat New England, too. If you're a true AFC East fan, you'd be rooting for us to beat New England. Your Miami fans are not supposed to root against New England over anyone, including the Jets. I mean, you're supposed to root for them to lose to the Jets. That's right. You live in NC. If you want to meet up and get a drink, let me know. Are you near Raleigh-Durham, Garrett? Are you near like Cary, Raleigh, Durham, that area? Like, definitely private message me on Twitter if you are. We're kind of like at the end of our trip, but we've been bouncing around. We were in Charlotte for 2 days. We were in DC for 3 days, 4 days. So we really haven't been here the whole time, and I only got a couple of days left. But if you are in the Triangle at all, then let's meet up. Meet me at like DeFaro's Pizza Tavern or something in Cary. Like, let's meet or meet me downtown in Raleigh at the Flying Saucer. So many cool places if you're in the area that we can meet up. You're in Clayton, but Clayton's not far, right? Like, I remember Clayton not being that far. I got to Google it or whatever. I thought Clayton was fairly close to where I am. Isn't it like a town over from Apex or something? I don't know. It just sounds very familiar to me. I work in RTP in Raleigh, right near Cary. Dude, we're going to catch up. Let's see if we can meet for lunch, man. We'll sit outside of DeFaro's Pizza Tavern tomorrow, if you can get there early or something. Or maybe we can meet at Clues, Coney Island Clues. But there's definitely a possibility we can meet up. We'll reach out to me on Twitter. That'd be really cool. Jets took Sam Darnold over Josh Allen. Yeah, but every NFL team in football would have taken Sam Darnold over Josh Allen. So what does that really mean? And it wasn't the GM that we have now, so it's meaningless. Different GM, different organization. So that means absolutely nothing. Name an NFL team that would have taken Josh Allen over Sam Darnold. You can't, because it doesn't exist. I work in RTP in Raleigh right here. Oh, I already read that. Okay. Not at all. Yeah, another thing we can, it's a suburb of Raleigh. Yeah, that's right, Clayton. Because I've heard of Clayton. I think some of the people my brother knows lives out there. Okay, man, I'll DM you on Twitter for sure. That'd be super cool. See if we can get together. I don't know what your lunch hour looks like, if there's a way you can get out early. It's good to beat the crowd, do like an earlier lunch, 11:30, before it gets too hot. We can sit outside. It's my wife's rule. I got to sit outside. So it's a little immune compromised kind of thing. The truth will set you free. You're going to root for you see that? I appreciate that. There you go. Because believe me, I root for the Dolphins when they play the Patriots and the Bills this year. That's for sure. It depends on the year and what's going on. It depends on, same for you, situation, right? I mean, we can't, we got to, first you do what's best for your team. But on a given year, man, right now, we're rooting against the Bills and the Patriots. Patriots more than anyone, man. I don't know how you Miami fans feel, but there's no team in the AFC East that we hate more than the Patriots. So, let's see what's going on. The Bills would have taken, of course they would have taken Darnold. Anyone would have taken Darnold. It was a shock when Cleveland didn't. It's like there was nothing wrong with taking Darnold. It was the right pick to take. It's like Lamar Jackson as well. Yeah, Lamar Jackson as well. Look, you guys, the quarterback's not everything, though, right? I mean, look, I always regret not taking Marino and taking Ken O'Brien. But then again, I don't expect to be laughed at by Miami fans over it because you didn't win a Super Bowl. You didn't win a Super Bowl. You had Dan Marino and you didn't win a Super Bowl. To me, that's worse than anything the Jets ever did. I'm sorry, it is. Like, you could say the Jets stink, the Jets did this, the Jets did that. You didn't win a Super Bowl and you had Dan Marino. You wasted that as an organization. You wasted that. You should be picking another team to make fun of because the only team or one of the few teams that's as pathetic as the Jets have been is the Miami Dolphins. You haven't won a Super Bowl since 1973. Okay? That's like 47 years, my friend. 47 years. You haven't won a Super Bowl. You had Dan Marino, and it got you nothing. 0 rings. 0. Do you know that in the last 20 years, how many AFC championship games in the last 25 years have the Dolphins been in? How many times have you gotten that thrill to be in an AFC championship game in the last 25 years? 3 for us, dude. 3 AFC championship games in the last 25 years. 3. So I don't understand why the obsession is with the Jets. Maybe it's because we're the closest to you, so you want to step over us. I don't know. But your anger should be put a lot in other places because the Jets never took anything from the Dolphins. I don't know why you hate us. Hate New England. Hate on New England, man. They're the ones that took from you. They're the ones that cheated. They're the ones that have a cheater coach. They're the ones that had a cheater quarterback that did everything they can to get unfair advantages, that they had an owner that kissed up to the commissioner of the league and had unfair treatment. Hate on them. What are you going to hate on the Jets for? The Jets should be the one team that you like outside of your own team because we're the one team that makes your Super Bowl dry spell. We're the only ones that have a more pathetic record than you in that. So anytime someone makes fun of you, you think about how bad you feel that you haven't been in a Super Bowl since 1973. At least the Jets haven't been in one either. I mean, you should kind of like us. I'm sorry, I'm being offered candy right now, and as a lot of my people know, you might not know this, Pete, but candy always warrants a break. As Mess would say, it's about snacks. So let me do this. Oh no, I messed it up. I didn't rip low enough. I need scissors. Why would they put the tear thing in when it's not like low enough to actually reap the reward? Yeah, I'm gonna need scissors. Either that or give me another package.
Sure.
Scissors. I need scissors. I'm gonna show everybody what it is I'm waiting for. Trader Joe's, though, it's really good. Well, we haven't tried this flavor. We tried the orange. It's like these chocolate covered fruit gel things. And there were these orange ones, like dark chocolate covered with like that orange gel. And it was so good. No, you're really going to have to get scissors. So you're not going to be able to do it with your hand. Trust me.
What if I just crinkle it?
It's going to end up all over the floor.
That'd be great.
Stab it with a knife if you have to. And then we'll use a Ziploc. I'm actually telling her how to do it. So.
Not a shoebox.
Dude, you got to have snacks in this world. Although I can't eat too many because we're due to eat like 2 hours and 15 minutes. We're going to be eating. Oh, so let me tell you where we're going. There's a Mexican restaurant that just opened up. Oh, you're going to like this, Garrett, if you're still here. There's a Mexican restaurant. It's like a Jobo or JB, it's called. The guy was like an Iron Chef competitor. He competed on Iron Chef. So it's like this very upscale, high-end Mexican restaurant, like the kind like that rich people in Mexico eat at. Like chocolate mole sauce with fancy things to dip in it. Like everything is, it's like a little bit of an infusion with like, I don't know, like American, bistro cooking or whatever. And it looks really, really good. So I'm really looking forward to dinner tonight. And it's weird because it's like Mexican food, but like they have like Hawaiian fried rice, which I'm so excited about. I haven't had real Hawaiian fried rice since I was in Hawaii. So, and just in case you're wondering what Hawaiian fried rice is, Take out all those disgusting little pieces of square carrots and peas, and imagine fried rice cooked with lots of fat and pork. It's good stuff. Anyway, look, I'm here to talk about, and what my point was, that people shouldn't freak out over practice. And it's the same thing with Pete. Like, you shouldn't freak out in practice, right? Like, you shouldn't worry that Tua threw a pass that was underthrown by 10 yards to Tyreek Hill. It was one pass. I know my fellow Jet fans like to laugh, and everybody, New England fans, Buffalo fans, they were putting it all over Twitter. It's all stupid, though, because it was one throw. And everybody was saying, see, he can't throw because of one throw. Makes no sense. Let me know the name of it and how much it is. I'd love to check it out. I will definitely send you the name of it. Like, when my wife comes back in here, I'll ask her the name of it. I think it's in Cary. And you could look it up. It looks really, really good. Chimp meat burritos. Chimp meat burritos. What are you talking about? I just know that they do have a burrito. I didn't notice it because I stopped on the, I think they have like real enchiladas, like in the verde sauce. What's the name of the Mexican restaurant we're going to?
Verde.
A Verde? How do you spell it? A space
V
V
E
E
R
R
D
D
E.
E. A Verde. Did you get that? Yeah, let me type it into the thing here.
Way to refill this bag.
I guess we'll have to eat the whole bag. I'm putting it in the chat. Yeah, guys, hit the like button. Thank you, Bryant.
Good.
It's good. So instead of orange, they didn't have, we got watermelon flavor. Check out Dark Soldier, put it in the right way.
I'm gonna go with that.
Dark Soldier, how do you know so much about it? He's saying a Verde, Kachina, and Tequila Bar.
Mm-hmm.
Why does he know? He lives in Utah. He Googled it. Yep. So that's the place I'm eating in tonight. Should I announce that on social media? Should I be telling someone where I'm going to be? What if I have a stalker? What if J. Cole makes the trip down? Look it up, my friend. Look it up. Also, Garrett, if you haven't tried DeFaro Pizza Tavern, you have to go there and get a margarita pizza. Like, go with a friend or whatever. It's like $30 for a large pie. Seems expensive, but it's like, it's the best pizza I've ever had out of New York City. It's like the place could open up in the Village in New York and they would do great. That's how good it is. Man, I would love to go to a Brazilian steak. I haven't been to a Brazilian steakhouse in like 2.5 years. The problem I have at a Brazilian steakhouse is because I have, as you guys know, I have no self-control when it comes to food. So before they start coming around with the meat, I go up to that salad bar and I eat like 3 pounds of food from the salad bar. And I eat about 30 of those freaking bread roll things that they have. You know, those Brazilian little dough balls with the cheese? I eat about 25 of those. And I just go so crazy at the salad bar from those places that by the time they come around with the meat, I'm not even hungry. So it's just really weird. I'm going to have to check it out. Love the recommendations. Yeah, man. I am such a foodie. And the third one that I will recommend, which is near the NC State campus, if you haven't had it, right off of Western Boulevard, is on, I think, Old Ferry Road or something. It's called Clues Coney Island. CLOOS. Clues Coney Island. That's like a place for lunch. Amazing hot dogs. They have real sliders, like sliders that are like high quality. So you get sliders. Their hot dogs are shipped in from Detroit, so they're like the real deal, like the best hot dogs I've had outside of Nathan's. And they have great Philly cheesesteak, as long as you tell them not to put all the shit on it. Just say, I want the cheesesteak with the grilled onions only. Cheese, steak, grilled onions. That's it. And the cheesesteak is awesome. So, but man, I tell you, I go to Clues. I don't even know what to get, Garrett, because the hot dogs are amazing. The cheesesteak's amazing. The sliders are amazing. Just an amazing place. And that's right by the campus, by NC State. Oh, Two things. I'm a huge foodie. I used to be a chef. Secondly, I Googled it. I didn't know you were a chef, soldier. No wonder you caught on to the fact that I'm a foodie. I'm really beginning to believe I can become an NFL analyst. I think it's so great that they sleep on us. I think it's awesome that they sleep on us, Sean. So, Dave, I go to the most famous food truck in Lodi. Right outside of the main town of Lodi, like when you're in town on Turner Road. I think it's on Turner Road. I forgot the name of the truck. I just know where it is on the way out. Before I get back onto the 99 to go to Sacramento. I just know it's a blue truck. It's in a parking lot. Like they're in the side of a store, like in their own little parking lot. And it's our favorite Mexican food in the world, man. Like we go absolutely crazy for it. My wife always gets the tacos, and I always get myself a big fat burrito, baby. And we get large horchata, because I love that rice pudding drink. Absolutely. Yeah, Lodi is great. And they also have, I always like going down towards Modesto for fruit in the right season, like right now. I think I missed out a little on strawberry season, but it's cherry season right now. And the peaches. Like the best peaches in the world that I ever ate were off the side of a road in Lodi. So there's that. Oh yeah, the salad bar that saves the money. Yeah, that's they give you the all you can eat salad, so you don't eat as much meat. So true. I'm such a sucker for that, man. I have no willpower, none at all. But there is that one kind of steak in a Brazilian steakhouse. Their famous kind. That's just amazing. I'm like, can you just forget all the other meats and just pull one of those whole hunks of meat off the stick and put it on my plate? I'll hook you up with fruit. Man, I gotta see if I can hook up with Garrett tomorrow. Officially. Dude, I like so many things in North Carolina, man. I love the food here. I don't know if you ever went downtown and ate and drank at the Flying Saucer. That place is awesome, man. Flying Saucer is a great place to go eat and drink. They got them Philly-style pretzels. They got really great sandwiches. But, man, if you like pizza, DeFaro Pizza Tavern, man, in Cary. Just go to DeFaro Pizza Tavern. You're going to be very happy. But get a fresh pie. Don't get the slices they have sitting there for 2 hours. Go with a friend, get a full pie. Me and Watsuke went there, and we ate an entire pie. We just knocked the whole thing off. I have it on video. Eventually, when I get home, I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to play it for everybody. So, I will, I promise. How long do we got till Green Bean? Let's see. About an hour and 15 minutes. He has that former special teams coach that, I keep forgetting the name. The guy that coached for us for 20 years on our special teams. So you can't miss tonight for Thursday Thick of It. You have to watch it. It's going to be so exciting. You've been to the Flying Saucer. They have multiple locations in Charlotte, too. Yeah, I was in the one in Charlotte the other day. I went to the one in Raleigh, and then the next day I went to visit my nephew in Charlotte, and I was at the Flying Saucer in Charlotte literally the other day. So I ate there 2 days in a row. When I was in the one in Charlotte, I got the Reuben. When I was in the one in Raleigh, I got the boar's head roast beef with horseradish mayo and what have you, whatever else they stick on that. So, Westhoff, come on now. I know, I'm just brain dead, dude. Westhoff will be on Green Beans channel night, Thursday Thick of It. It's so exciting, dude. They got all these questions they're getting ready to ask him. Everybody's really excited about it. And I'm going to miss it because family first, you know what I'm saying? I got 2 more days here. I got to spend as much time with my family as I can. But I managed to keep the channel going, man. I've been popping in, right? I've been managed to cut a few videos from here. It's not up to the quality like when I'm at home and I have the time. So I haven't been thrilled with the stuff I've been putting out, but it's like I just got to stay active. I got to keep the channel active. So been doing the best I can. And I usually follow the Jets practices more too. I've been missing out on that. Like I've been going into Twitter once in a while and just looking up the right guys that give the updates and trying to like soak it all in. But it's just practice, so It's going to get more exciting when they do. When is the green and white day? You know, when's that day, that nighttime thing that they did last year? Like I think that's when real camp starts. So we have to wait for that. I'm excited that Beckton is coming back next week. Let's see, what day is it? It is the 9th. So he'll be back in, I want to say, 5 days. So we'll have Beckton back in camp. That's going to be fun to see. So that's exciting. And hopefully he's healthy and he's able to be a full participant. I would be concerned if he wasn't. He certainly looks healthy enough to play football, like on some of the tapes they send out. But it'll be nice to see. It'll be very nice to see. I think he's got a chip on his shoulder. I'm excited about what Beckton's going to do. I think he wants to come back in and shut some people up, and I hope he does. But we'll see. We'll see. Our offensive line has so much potential. It could be so good. If things fall in place, it could be so good. But I would love to make those signings, you know? Like, we're talking to free agents. That would be so cool for depth. You know, we have a chance to bring in a real tackle, tons of experience, 32 years old, you know, veteran guy. We have a chance to bring in a better linebacker. We have a chance to bring in a run-stuffing defensive tackle. Well, maybe I'm making that up. I don't know if he's considered run-stuffing, that Ojonuga. I don't know, but I just know he's good. So, Thinner sign. Think we signed Riley Reef. Well, that's what I'm talking about. You know, they haven't been signed yet by anyone else, so there's a good chance. But you know, we don't get that quick satisfaction from JD because he just doesn't. He freaking fights on everything. He fights he negotiates everything. He names his price and he doesn't give in. Ojaniga, Quan Alexander, Riley Reeve. I mean, we're going to get someone. We might get 2 out of the 3. We might get 3 out of the 3. We might get 1 out of the 3. We're going to get someone. Thank you, Jacob. It's Ogunjobi. Ogunjobi. I had to delete a video because I kept saying the name wrong, and I realized I couldn't post it. I was like, I'm going to get too much slack for this. It's not worth it. I had to literally delete a 6-minute video I had put together because I kept on calling him Zuniga. And I'm like, then I realized after, why am I calling him Zuniga? We already have a guy named Zuniga. I'm the kind of guy that needs to like write down the names of who I'm going to talk about. But I'm like in North Carolina, my parents' house, and they don't have any kids here. So there's no pens anywhere. You know, there's no paper. So I can't prepare. It's so frustrating. I need a manager. I need a Jacob Finnegan. Just be on the phone with me so he can prepare me. It's Ogunjobi, Jeremy. It's Ogunjobi. And then I can say, okay, hold on. And I can do that part of the video, hit pause. Okay, Jacob. Now I'm going to sit here and talk about a linebacker. What's his name? Quan Alexander, Jeremy. Okay, Jacob. Hold on. Like, that's what I need. I need help. But do I think we're going to sign him? I hope we do. I think it would be a great signing. Wouldn't it make you feel better to have Riley Reef just in case someone goes down? I think it'd be really, really good for our team. Really good depth. Yeah, he's never going to spend too much, but we really, man, he's like steel. He's iron steel. The way he doesn't get emotional, because, man, it would be such good news if we bring this kid in. No one's offering him a lot of money, so you know. Well, $5.5 million. I think why not? You know what I mean? Did I say it right, Sean? I said Quan Alexander, didn't I? I said it right? Yeah. Another swing tackle. Yeah, look, all I care about is if a tackle goes down, who plays tackle? Right now, is it Max Mitchell? Is it McDermott? I don't know, man. It doesn't exactly instill a ton of confidence in me. Sorry, I know we already got off the food topic. Do you cook at all? If you do, check out a video on how to make Heaven's Tomahawk Steak. It's amazing. I do cook, so I will look into it. Heaven's Tomahawk Steak. Okay. Hopefully it's easy to get the ingredients. when I get home, I'll do it. I do cook, man. I like cooking. I grew up working in my best friend's family's Italian restaurant, pizzeria in Brooklyn. So I worked in that kitchen for years. I worked every part of that place. So I learned how to make a lot of Italian food. I know how to make a lot of my mom's dishes that are really good. Like just, dishes passed down to her, for generations, of some different things. Like, man, I make a hell of a split pea soup. I can make borscht. I can make brisket that would knock people out. Like, people love it. So I do make some of those things, but I make a lot of Italian food. I love making ziti Sicilian. It's got like a pink, tomato / cream sauce with garlic and eggplant and ziti with some prosciutto. It's really, really delicious. But you don't ever have to be sorry about going back to the food topic for me, Sean. You know my deal, man. And here's my other friend, Sean, who's a fettuccine guy. Fettuccine, okay. I never cared about the difference between fettuccine and spaghetti, but for some reason, fettuccine seems to have always been the one that they use with like the cream and the clam sauces, where spaghetti goes more with the marinara sauce. I never understood the difference. It's like ziti and penne. Penne is ziti. It's just wrinkled. It has lines. I mean, who cares? Same thing. He said some great things. Who said some great things? You should just say, to make me feel good, Cameron, you should just say, Chaos says great things. People are leaving. What's going on, man? Is something happening right now? All of a sudden, everybody's like bailing. Maybe I went too long. I can't believe I've been on for an hour. I meant to come on for 20 minutes just to say hello to everybody. Give it a little take on practice. And you guys kept me here. So, ooh, with garlic bread. All right, you're making me want to cook. CJ said some great things. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, guys. I stepped in and they left. Poor some guy. Hey, guys, I'll see you. Even when I'm out to dinner, I'll be in the chat. Like, I'll say hello during Thursday Thick of It. I got to tell Green Bean I can't be there. It's a bummer. The most exciting show that it would have been to be part of. But so damn dedicated to my family. Anyway, take care, everybody. Be good. Just wanted to check in. Thanks for everybody who came in to hang out. I appreciate it always. Take care. Don't not be Thibodeau. And here it comes. It's about to come in. Oh my God. They didn't. They took Sauce Gardner. Oh my God. They don't want an edge. Maybe he likes Jermaine Johnson at 10. Then we're not going to get a wide receiver. Garrett Wilson, wide receiver. Oh my God. No edge.
Was sitting there.
The Jets traded up. Are we taking JJ? Are we taking JJ? Because I know Braden is in New Zealand saying, we should get Young, Mike. He's definitely saying that. JJ! We got Johnson! We got Johnson at 26! This is great! Yes! They took Roger McCreary. They didn't take Dean. We traded up. We can get Nakobe Dean. It really is. They took Breece Hall. Wow. I mean, look, I love Breece Hall. But there's also Jeremy Ruckert, who I think is the best tight end in the class personally. They took Jeremy Ruckert. Yes! We got a Jeremy. Oh, and the Jets pick, and it's Max Mitchell, offensive tackle. We needed that. Wow. We took Michael Clemens. I never heard of him. A defensive edge.